can all say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, nahmadu wa nasta'inu wa nastaghfiru wa na'udhu billahi min shururi min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu fa amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So today's topic is requested, and I think it will benefit everyone generally, because lots of people don't have so many information about it, but we all go through it constantly, and I will tell you the causes, I will tell you how it happens and what's the treatment. So the topic is the evil eye. So what is the definition of the evil eye? According to the Arabic word, we say ayn. Ayn means eyes, and we all know ayn means eyes. Okay? And so there is the eyes can cause arrows to go through people. When somebody looks at somebody for a longer time and looks with certain kind of emotion or feeling, it can cause harm to the other person. And there are people who have, as we say, generally in the times of Nabi Sallam also, it was said that some people had black eyes. It doesn't mean their eyes are black, but their eyes are harmful. And in that time, there were a couple of people who were made to stay isolated, not meet people, because they could harm with their eyes. So certain people have that kind of damaging eyes. When they see you through and through, it can hurt you. It can destroy you. It can even kill you. It can harm you to that extent. So when it refers to ayn, al-ayn is just the eyes, okay? And I said that a person's eyes can harm the other person. It starts when the person likes a thing or a person. So it could be even your things, your home, your car, your jewelry, your clothes, anything for that matter. Then his evil feelings affected by means of his repeated looking. Okay? Some people keep staring at you, staring at something that you own, something you have, maybe yourself, maybe your beauty, your skin, your hair. It can be anything, and it can be damaging for you. So Prophet ﷺ commanded to seek refuge with such a person, and there are evil among jinn as well as mankind. Sometimes people say that we don't have anybody around us who's evil. Why would I be affected with evil eye? But you have jinns around you, and they are also constantly, looking for prey, and they can harm you. So you have to constantly protect yourself from the evil of the jinn as well as mankind. So don't remove the idea of the jinns around you. They are also the makhluk, and they also fall for us. And girls who were affected by jinns, I don't know, I'm a Rafi as well as a Hijama practitioner, and I go through this quite often. Where did you get it from? And she said she had not been out. She's a dentist, she works at the clinic, and she goes home. And I said, no, you've got to tell me where. Because while I was doing a hijama, my light flickered and they all went off. All the bulbs got busted. Then my TV got on. So I told her, you want more signs that you've brought something now with you? Then she said, I've been looking for homes. So I was just going to different buildings and different places to look for a house. I said, so you were going with your hair open and perfume. Somebody's now after you. Somebody's gone inside you from one of those empty places. I had to remove it. Of course I did, and it was okay. But she was having a lot of problem. That's why she came for hijama. And then this is what I found. This is just a glimpse of how it can affect you. Not necessarily mankind, it can also be jinns. So I'm just explaining this to you. So everyone who puts the evil eye on another is an envious person, but not every envier, okay, puts the evil eye on another. Got it? So it's like that, okay? So the word hasid for the envier or a jealous person is more general in meaning than the word ayn. So you must understand, everybody can envy. I can envy you and you can envy me. That's different. Every envier is not harmful. Okay? But the person who puts ayn is actually giving you the harm. So that is the difference. And to seek refuge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the one who envies includes seeking refuge with him for the one who puts the evil eye on another. And the evil eye is like an arrow that comes from the eyes and goes through the person. So it can injure you, harm you. If it's in your clothes, the clothes will get spoiled. Something that you have will get torn. And I've mentioned before, these are my personal experiences I'm mentioning so that you understand. There was something like this. It's like a I had designed it myself. This also I designed it. I got it worn on a day when I was going to somebody's house, and it had a matching bracelet also with pearls. And I was with somebody, with a lady, who was a relative of mine, and she looked at me and she said, "This is so beautiful. Where did you get it from?" And I said, "I got it made. I designed it myself. It's not from any shop or something." She said, "Oh, this is so beautiful." The moment we sat, my necklace broke into pieces, my bracelet broke into pieces, and pearls were everywhere. I had just sat down. I had not touched anything. There was nothing to hook on it. It was new. It was not even worn that it was, the cord were weak or anything. Nothing. It just broke. And the auntie who was around us, she kept picking it up and said, "This is nazar. This is nazar. This is the ayn. Very bad ayn." After that, I realized that every time I was around that lady, something or the other would happen to me. My clothes would tear, things like that. So you know that that person has harm in her eyes for me. So, this is how it affects very strangely. And when you realize that there is somebody like that, before you go before that certain person, make the dua for yourself, protect yourself, and I will tell you how to do the protection. You must protect yourself before you go out to serve people like that, because it can harm you. Okay? So don't go target exposed. You understand? We have to protect ourselves. And but if the target is cautious and armed, the arrow will have no effect and may even come back on the person who sent the arrow. If you're protected, bounce. If you're not protected, go through you, and it can make any kind of harm. Now, there's a hadith from Rasulullah which speaks about the effect of the evil eye. For example, it's narrated in the Sahih. Aisha radiallahu anha said, the Messenger of Allah used to tell Aisha and the wives to recite ruqya, the protection against the evil eye. Okay. In Muslim, Ahmad and Tirmidhi, there's a hadith in which the Prophet said, the evil eye is real, and if anything were to overtake the divine decree, it would be the evil eye. When you are asked to take a bath to provide a cure from the influence of the evil eye, you should take a bath. So, why do you have to take a bath? Because if it is a jinn, and the arrows that come from the eyes of such an evil person, they are mainly of fire and harm. And jinns are made of fire, smokeless, invisible fire. So there is heat. Okay? And I'll tell you the symptoms later on, I'm going to tell you the symptoms and look for it in your lives, in yourself. If you have any of those symptoms, you are affected with evil eye. And you must do something about it. Don't leave it. It will take you to destruction, up to the point that you will be killed. And Rasulullah did say that most of my ummah will die out of evil eye, although they would have brought in the divine decree a good life, health, and maybe a longer life, but evil eye will kill. So what surpasses the divine decree is the evil eye. It's so harmful. And Rasulullah is informing us that it's real. Don't take it lightly. People brush it off. Some people say, we don't even believe in evil eye. No, nothing can happen to me. I'll do anything I like. I don't care. This is just a coincidence. It's not like that. This is real. And then there is a hadith of Asma bint Umais who said, Ya Rasulullah, I have seen that Jafar radiallahu anhu's children are affected by evil eye. What shall I do? He said, yes, for if anything were to overtake the divine decree, it would be the evil eye. So he's confirming that. And then he ordered Asma bint Umais to go and recite the protection for those children. They need that protection. Abu Dawud narrated that Aisha radiallahu anha said, the person who had put the evil eye on another would be ordered to do wudu, then the person who had been afflicted would wash himself. For instance, if I am guilty or I know I put evil eye, for instance, I'm just giving a hypothetical situation on Radia, supposing, okay? I love Radia, not that I don't, but maybe I like her so much that my evil eye has affected her. And I know it must be me. So I should be allowing Radia to take the water from me and put it on her back in the shower, wash herself with that so that she can get rid of the evil eye. But this is not possible always. Supposing I know it's Radia who's put evil eye on me. Okay, but Radia is not my friend as such. I cannot go and ask her, give me your water, you put evil eye on me. She might feel offended. Hello, excuse me, I didn't put any evil eye on you. Why are you after me? I'm not giving you any water of mine. So what do? I protect my own self. Okay, because you can't force everybody to give you water. Okay, somebody is, related, somebody is loving to you, it is possible. This, I did it. So I'm going to give you those examples which are, my experiences also to just help you understand. There is a lady who lives in Meadows. I used to give lecture in her house. One day she called me and she said that her son is very sick. She's taken her to every hospital possible. She is a 10-year-old boy. He's getting a stomachache. First we thought it was just a hoax because he's faking it just not to go to school. But it's not that, because he's constantly in pain. If he was faking, then other times we could see him watching TV or, eating, munching. No, but he's lying on bed and complaining of the stomachache. I asked her, did somebody come to your house? Any guests came to your house? She said, no, not really. I've been very busy. So not really I did any socializing, because this month my sister had come from Lahore. So I was very busy with her. I said, your sister. Okay. Does she love your son very much? She said, oh yeah, she dotes on him. She's the khala he loves and he is her favorite. I said, she's the one. Call her back here, get her water, throw it on his back, or take him there. The next day, she traveled. After reaching there, she asked me what to do. I told her exactly what she should do. Khala was most willing because she loves him. She doesn't want him to be harmed by her. So she gave her water, she threw it on him, and the stomachache was gone immediately. In 3 days, she was back, the child was back at school. Right? So this is how it is. Okay. So this is why I explained. Okay, if me and Radia are related, even as friends, as sisters, whatever, I would like to help her. But if I'm really not bothered or feeling offended, I may not help her. So in that case, we have to find a protection. So there are two scenarios, I've given you both. Imam Ahmad, Malik, Al-Nasai, Ibn Hibban, all of them narrated this hadith. This is a very important hadith. Okay, this is the story, and it's from the hadith, as I've mentioned, all these sources. Rasulullah SAW went on an expedition with his Sahaba. They camped near, always they would camp near water, a river, a lake, or somewhere, because they needed water. You know, when they are traveling, they need to always stop somewhere where there is some kind of water where they can take a bath, feed the camels, and feed the horses, and take wuzu and everything, and also cook their food. So they needed somewhere near the water, they camped. They put up the tents, and the Sahaba went to wash themselves. Now, Amr bin Rabia and Sahal bin Sa'ad, they were taking a bath at the river, and the moment Sahal removed his thobe, Ibn Rabia admired him. Now they are both Sahabi, remember that. They are friends and they love each other. They are with Rasulullah. And he just looked at Sahal bin Sa'ad and said, Subhanallah, you are so beautiful. You have such a beautiful skin. Your white skin looks like a woman's skin. It looks so tender and beautiful. You're so beautiful. And he fell. And he fell down so hard that he could not find pulse on him. Amr bin Rabia got scared. He told the Sahaba, while he was trying to wake him up, he told the Sahaba, this has happened, call Rasulullah. So they went to Rasulullah and asked him to come out and said, something has happened to Sahal bin Sa'ad. Rasulullah came there and said, looked at him. Okay, he examined him. He realized there's no pulse. He said, who was near him? Who was with him? Amr, very scared, but came forward and said, I was, Ya Rasulullah. He said, what happened? He said, he just removed the shirt. We were about to go and take a shower. And when he removed, he looked so beautiful. I just admired him, praised his skin. And I didn't touch him because he was scared to think, I didn't do anything to him. He said, you killed your brother. Yeah, you killed your brother. He said, but I only said he was so beautiful. He said, that's it. With your eyes, your arrows went straight through him and he's killed. Now bring me a bowl and ask Amr to do wudu. Wash your hands, put the water in that bowl and do your gargle, full wudu, and also put water on your groins and let that water also go into that bowl, and that water, bring it to me. So they brought that water, and when they brought that water, they threw it on Sahal, and Sahal woke up. And Rasulullah said, don't do this to your brothers. If you like him so much and you want to praise him, say Allahumma barik fi. He said, I said MashaAllah. He said, that's not enough. MashaAllah just means with the permission of Allah. But you did not save the barakah Allah gave him. This is Allah's blessing. If anything good is given to us, it's the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? But when we put the nazar, the blessing is taken away. You kill the blessing. So say Allahumma barik fi and protect your brother. So if somebody else doesn't say it to you, maybe they don't know. You say it for yourself. Protect yourself. If somebody says, oh, you're looking very nice, Allahumma barik fi, you protect yourself. May Allah keep the blessing remain with me, not taken away from me. Very important to do that. So this is the story of Sahal bin Sa'ad, which, and it has been authenticated by Sheikh Al-Albani also in Mishkat. And the majority of scholars are of the view that people can indeed be afflicted by the evil eye because of the ahadith which I have just mentioned to you. So with regard to the hadith that you mentioned, 1/3 of those who are in the grave because of the evil eye. Okay. Similar hadith is given where Rasulullah said to Jabir radiallahu anhu, most of those who die among my ummah die because of the will and decree of Allah, and then because of the evil eye. Imagine. Not that everybody is dying because of the decree, that oh, it's come, time had come, so somebody died. It could also be because of the evil eye. They died. And this is being informed by Rasulullah. So you've got to believe that he's been given that information to tell his ummah, protect yourself from the evil eye because it can kill you. And the Muslim has to protect himself against the devils among the evil of jinn and mankind. So there are evil jinn and there are evil mankind, as I just mentioned to you. By having strong faith in Allah and by putting his trust in him and seeking refuge with him and beseeching him, reciting the prayers like Surah Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi and Muazzatan. Okay? And the way to do the protection would be you recite Ayatul Kursi. You can recite Surah Fatiha first, then Ayatul Kursi, one time both, and then 3 times Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu birabbin nas, and each time blow on yourself. Just blow on your palms, cup your palms together, blow, and just brush it from your head to wherever your hand goes. You don't have to go up to your foot or something. It is just like that. But blow it on yourself, and that is the ruqya you do yourself. Besides that, Rasulullah used to make a dua which he would blow on Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhuma, because he used to protect them from the evil eye. He's a Nabi. Even he wanted to protect his grandsons from the evil eye. So much was the belief on evil eye. You can't take it lightly. And he would say, Uidu bi kalimatillahi tammati min kulli shaitani mahamma wa min kulli aynil lamma. So I seek refuge in the perfect words of Allah from the evil of that which he has created. So that is, one is Uidu bi kalimatillahi, A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma khalaq. With everything Allah has created, I am seeking refuge from that. Okay? This dua is also to be recited when you get off your car or your transport. In those days when people got off their horseback or caravan or camel, today we get off our cars or train or plane or wherever. When you get off to a land, say that. A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma khalaq. Allah, protect me from the shar of everything you created, because now I'm going somewhere. Like for instance, when I entered this house, I said the dua, and you have to say it 3 times. Okay? It should be just part of your ritual, it should be part of your life, that you keep protecting yourself. Okay? And then I told you that Uidu bi kalimatillahi tammati min kulli shaitani mahamma min kulli aynin lamma. I seek refuge in the perfect words of Allah from his wrath and punishment, from the evil of his slaves, and from the evil promptings of the devils, and from their presence, because they are always present everywhere. And you can't protect yourself enough unless you know that they are always around you, the jinn as well as the eyes of the mankind. You don't know who's putting eyes on you. And one may recite words of Allah, Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illahu alayhi tawakkaltu wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. This is the last ayah of Surah Tawbah. Okay? This is also part of the askar of morning and evening. If you do your askar, you will know. For your morning and evening askar, you are supposed to say this 7 times. 7 times you have to say this. Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illa huwa alayhi tawakkaltu wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illa huwa alayhi tawakkaltu wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. 7 times you have to say that. This is protection for you. And that is why I say that your morning and evening askar are a protection for you. They create a wall around you. They call it, in Arabic, they call it hisar. So it's like a castle around you. And you're protected. So that when the arrows come, they either bounce back or they just brush and not really hurt and harm you. Because the eyes can be very harmful and it can break you down into pieces.
But once we read this, then nothing will happen, like inshallah, nothing will happen.
Inshallah, we have to have the tawakkul in Allah. When you're reciting, don't recite it as a, I have to explain that to you. Rasulullah's hadith is there, which I was going to say it at the end. But remember one thing, when you are saying these, you have to say it understanding the meaning and knowing what you're saying and why you're saying it. Because Rasulullah said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept the dua of a ghafil heart. So if you're doing lip service without your heart being in your dua, it's not acceptable anyway. So if you're going to do askar, it's just pointless, meaningless. You didn't understand anything, you're not meaning it. And I've said it many times, it's just like if I tell Radia, I love you very much and it was very nice to be here, she'd say, I'm not interested in her comments. It's not making point. But if I say, Radia, I'm really happy to be here, now it's making sense too. Because I'm saying it with meaning. And she can feel it, if I mean it or I don't mean it, right? So anybody who says anything like this to you, so she was just saying it something that she was wanting to say. She didn't mean it. So I don't take it. You've got to mean it, what you say. And you're saying it for your protection. You've got to mean it. You've got to say it as if you're asking Allah. And what you're saying it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should know what you're saying it to. You're asking him for protection, say it with that meaning. It's a very strange, small things that I remember in between. So my experiences I mentioned, maybe that helps you people. But when I said, in some place I said, because that's my habit of saying it every time I get off my car. And we were camping in some place. And we were at a mountain top. It is called Jabal Yanis here. Okay. And me and another lady, we were trying to go to the corner of that mountain to see the view. And it was dark and it was quiet. And both of us heard footsteps. So if it was only me, it could be imagination, hallucination, whatever you call it. But both of us heard and we both looked at each other. Okay? She said, did you hear it? I said, yes. She said, it must be my husband coming to look for me. So I said, what do you want to do? Go with him then. So she turned around and she said, oh, there's nobody. But we both heard it, right? I said, yes. But don't worry. It won't harm us. It won't come close to us. Because my yaqeen was on my dua. I said, A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min sharri ma khalaq. No shar from any khalaq is going to harm you. So I told her, don't worry, nothing will happen. And we went back. Because the mountaintops and such places, they exist and they exist everywhere. But sometimes they make you feel that they are around. And they do it sometimes to make you feel that they are around, sometimes to tease you, sometimes to scare you. And as long as you feel confident that Allah's protection is with you, they cannot touch you. They cannot come and harm you. So if it is known or suspected that a person has been afflicted by the evil eye, then the one who put the evil eye on him should be ordered to wash himself for his brother or sister, as I mentioned to you earlier. But as I said, it's not always possible. Okay, a sister will do it for another sister, happily. I would do it for my children. If I think my children are affected by my evil eye, or my husband, or my brother, or my father, mother, anybody who, they would trust to take the water. Other person may feel offended. So this is why you have to, treat yourself with ruqya, with these duas which I just mentioned. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Haqqa, and verily those who disbelieve would almost make you slip with their eyes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in Quran, in Surah Al-Haqqa for Rasulullah that, and verily those who disbelieve would almost make you slip with their eyes. So the mushrikeen, kafirin, munafiqeen, they can make you slip with just their eyes. So much of evil eye they can put on you. And they were jealous of Rasulullah. We all know that. They were very jealous of him. Why he's successful? When we all, totally condemn him, we want to kill him, get rid of him. Why is still the community people interested to listen to him? Why are they following him? Why does he get success? Why is he so quiet and calm? When we are persecuting his people, why doesn't he respond? So they were very jealous of him. This is from Surah Al-Haqqa. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, commenting on this particular verse of Surah Al-Haqqa, this means they put the evil eye on you with their glances. The Prophet ﷺ said, the evil eye is real, and if anything were to overtake the divine decree, it would be the evil eye. When you are asked to take a bath, from the influence of the evil eye, you should take a bath. And I explained it to you why you have to take a bath, because of that heat, that arrow that has gone into you. Take a shower, take a bath, make sure you wash it off and cleanse yourself. Come out of it. If you think you've been affected by evil eye, go take a shower. Get rid of at least that arrow first thing, okay? So now I'm going to tell you what are the recommended treatments, and then I'll tell you the symptoms. Let me tell you the treatment first, because if I tell you the symptoms, everybody's going to start thinking, I have this, because it's going to happen, bound to happen, because we are all affected. Not that anybody is safe from that. So nobody can claim, oh, I have never been affected by evil eye. Sometimes when I'm doing hijama for people, they ask me, does it happen to everyone? I said, everyone has somebody who's jealous of them. Everyone has somebody. It is not anybody who can say, I have nobody who's jealous of me. Oh, yes, you have. Rasulullah said so. So it has to be there. He said, anytime Allah has blessed you with something, then there will be somebody who will be jealous of that. So we are all, alhamdulillah, blessed with something or the other. And Allah has placed in every one of us, He has placed some blessings. Nobody can say, I'm not blessed by Allah. There are blessings. And in every category, they will be different from others, And so they would be having these problems, subhanAllah. So the first treatment is ruqya. Okay, so the Prophet ﷺ said there is no ruqya except in the case of the evil eye or fever. So you do a ruqya even for the fever. Don't curse your fever. Rasulullah ﷺ said in a hadith, do not curse your fever, it has come to cleanse you, because it expiates your sins. And that's why he said, La ba'as tahurun inshallah. Don't worry, never mind the fever. It will cleanse you from your sins, because even a thorn that pricks you, it removes one sin from you. So it is all good for you. It's not going to be bad for you. This is the hadith from Tirmidhi and Abu Dawud. Jibreel alayhi salam used to do ruqya for the Prophet sallam. Why? Because Prophet sallam, when he had fever, when he was stuck with jealousy of these people, he would come down and he would do ruqya on them. And he would say, Bismillahi arqiq min kulli shay'in yudhiqa min sharri kulli nafsin aw aynin hasid Allahu yashfi. Okay, so the meaning of it is, in the name of Allah, I perform ruqya for you from everything that is harming you, from the evil of every soul or envious eye. May Allah heal you. In the name of Allah, I perform ruqya for you. So this is the ruqya Jibreel alayhi salam did for Rasulullah. We are supposed to do it for our people who suffer from any calamity, fever, sickness. When you go to see somebody who's sick, somebody who's suffering, make this dua for them. Okay, this is the dua recommended because it was done to Rasulullah by Jibreel alayhi salam. So it is like taught by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the angel, and the angel went and did it. So it is like a direct teaching to Rasulullah, and he told his ummah, his sahaba. Okay. Also, the second thing is, as I mentioned, second treatment is asking the person who has put the evil eye to give you the water. And I told you how to get that water and how to put the water. That is the second thing, okay? And some people even talk about you have to take the urine and waste of that person. No, I just said very clearly, put the water on the lower part, okay, of the groin area of a man, as it was told for Sahar. And also, if it is any of us, okay, just put some water on this and let it go, because it will clean, go through your legs and your feet, and that will go into that bowl. Okay, so this is how, not that you take the waste or anything bad in that. Okay, and also it's also narrated that um, washing the limbs, washing inside his garment, or likewise washing inside his headgear, garments. So if somebody is wearing scarf or headgear, then washing inside that area. All that should go into that water, and that water should be poured on that person who's affected by the evil. And there is nothing wrong to take precautions against the evil eye. Some people say that it is not tawakkal in Allah. You know, some people come like that. I don't believe in evil eye. I don't care. Nothing will happen to me. I have tawakkal in Allah. Allah will protect me. But Allah has taught you the protection. He only protects those who protect themselves. He will not protect you if you don't protect yourself. If it was like that, he would not send Jibreel alayhi salam with this protection for Rasulullah sallam. He would protect Rasulullah sallam, right? But he sent Jibreel to teach him. This is what you have to do to him to protect him. And even then, if you know, Allah is protecting Rasulullah sallam, he's a chosen one. Yet he is affected by magic. Magic did affect him. Today we are not doing magic, by the way. We are just doing evil eye. I will follow up next time about other matters that are related to this, but these are very long subjects. So today, just the evil eye. Okay. Next time, I will talk about just the jealousy. This is different. Evil eye is different. Jealousy is different. Sihr is different. Magic is different. Then jinn is different. So there are 4 topics. Today we are just doing evil eye. So I'm going to concentrate on this. I'm not going here and there, but to explain to you, when they say that I have tawakkal in Allah and I don't want to worry about anybody's evil eye, they are wrong. If it was so, Rasulullah would not have been, protected by Jibreel alayhi salam's dua of protection. Allah sent him. Protect him with this dua, so that he can tell his ummah, you've got to protect yourself. Look, even I have to protect myself with this dua. Right? So it is tawakkal, because tawakkal means putting one's trust in Allah whilst also implementing the means that have been permitted to be enjoined. Some people say, I don't want to go and do ruqya. There is no need to do ruqya. What you have to do, if you think you are affected, get it done. And you will see the result of it in your lives. Okay? And of course, the dua which I told you about, same dua, you can turn it to yourself by saying A'udhu bi kalimatil tammati min kulli shaitani mahamma wa min kulli ainin lamma. A'udhu bi kalimatil tammati min kulli shaitani mahamma wa min kulli ainin lamma. A'udhu bi kalimatil tammati min kulli shaitani mahamma min kulli ainin lamma. This is the way to do it for yourself. Do it in the night before going to sleep. Do it when you wake up in the morning, especially when you're going out somewhere, getting dressed, going for a wedding, party, you're dressed up, you know you're now vulnerable. And it doesn't mean, some people just give it up. I've stopped dressing up. I've stopped putting makeup. I've stopped wearing my jewelry. I don't wear good clothes because I'm always vulnerable to nazar. So I've stopped doing it. Why? Why did you stop doing it? Don't be afraid of shaitan. Protect yourself. Rasulullah saw a man who was a big businessman. He was a big trader, a merchant. He saw him going out in shabby clothes and hair not very well done. And when he saw him on the road, he stopped him. He said, everything okay? He said, yes, everything is fine. Family okay? Yeah, he said, family fine. Children okay? Yeah, everything fine. Is your business okay? He said, yes. Then why are you dressed up like that? Why are you in this condition? He said, because I now follow you. I see you like this, so I want to be just like you. He said, I do not have the means. Allah has blessed you with more, and it should be seen on you. Otherwise, you are being ungrateful. What Allah has given you, dress up accordingly, because you're giving the wrong impression to people. Some people have a lot of money, but they put it in the bank and they live in a very shabby place. They are just saving, hoarding. They will not even live properly. Why? Nazar lag jayega. I don't want to live in a good house. I don't want to drive a good car. I don't want to wear good clothes, good jewelry. Somebody will see and put nazar on me. So what are you going to do with all that? Just hold it? Come on. Show to people, Allah has given me this. I'm blessed with what Allah has given. Okay? And that's gratefulness to Allah. So don't look shabby. There is no need to look shabby. This is a wrong impression some people have. Okay? The third treatment, so there is ruqya, then there are these du'as, as I mentioned to you. There is this water bath that you should do if you can, of course. And bath by itself, for yourself, you can do. That's the fourth. And the fifth is hijama. As I mentioned to you, when we do hijama, if there is effect on you, it comes out. If the raqi is doing hijama, so they are doing ruqya and doing hijama, it all comes out. The hasad comes out, the nazar comes out, the seher also comes out. And if there is a jinn, the jinn also comes out. And you will see the effect on the patient. When somebody is doing hijama, you will see all the effect of the jinn in the patient. Either he'll pass out or he'll start shaking. There are many things which I can't mention to you. As I mentioned one case to you, that my bulbs went off and my TV started. I didn't mention to you that even my phone started off and started saying feelings have emotions. Okay, I had to just say shut up, and the phone went off. Phone was very far from me. All this happened at one time when I was doing that girl's hijama. Okay, so these are the signs. And of course, there are other times I did it for some other people also. My TV would get on and I'll come and switch it off, and it'll get on again, and I'll switch it off and it'll get on again, and I had to come and shout, I'm going to burn you if you touch my TV again. And then it stopped. So you see, they sometimes try it, but they are scared of people who are strong. They try themselves if they can harm you by scaring you, by shifting your iman, by making you, fizzle out somewhere. You've got to be very strong. So these are all the treatments I've told you. Okay, now I'm going to show you and present to you what are the symptoms of possession if you are affected by ain, sihr, or jealousy, or anything. So symptoms are the same. So you'll have to listen to all the symptoms I'm going to tell you. Okay. One is maybe all the symptoms you may not have. If one symptom is also there, please attend to it, address it. Don't ignore it. Okay. One is when adhan is being recited, you just feel disturbed. You react as if you're not comfortable with the adhan. Okay. And one fellow came to me for hijama and he said, I don't know what is wrong with me. Every time azan comes, I feel very disturbed. I just don't want it to continue, and I don't want to hear the azan. And I said, well, then better come for hijama. There's something inside you. You have to remove it. It's not making you hear the azan, and you're not comfortable with that. Okay? And that's why Araki, when he does ruqya, he ends it with azan. Always it will end with azan. The ruqya will end with azan, because this is one of the signs that you don't like to hear the azan. Okay, or you feel disturbed, or you feel something that's distracting you, not comfortable with it somehow. You think it's just come at the wrong time, or I wish it would stop, whatever. This is a sign. The second sign is fainting. As I mentioned to you, that people pass out when they are doing hijama, they faint. And that is one of the signs. It's because something is coming out of them. So either they'll have seizure, and all these seizures also are part of possession, because it's coming out of your system. It'll shake you if it is lying very deep inside you and it's been there with you for a long time. It takes a long time and painful experience to bring it out of you. And of course, you will faint, you will pass out. That's one of the signs. And many pass out quickly. And once, just to make it lighter for you, I'll tell you a story. Two sisters came to me, and I was doing it for her sister, and she was sitting far. And as I started doing it, before I could do anything, she started wiggling and she fainted. And she fell off the chair. So I saw her falling off the chair, and I'm just standing. So that lady said, "My sister fainted." I said, "Yeah, I know. You're not doing anything?" I said, "No. She's going to come back. Don't worry about it. I'm still going to do the hijama." So while she was lying on the floor, I did the hijama. And then I told her, "You're okay now?" She said, "Yeah, what happened?" I said, "Nothing. Come back, sit up." She said, "Oh, I fell down. When did I fall down?" I said, "No, it's all right. Just slipped. Come on, sit here. You slept." I have to tell her like that. So she sat down. She said, "Okay, will you do the hijama now?" I said, "Finished." "You didn't know?" She said, "No, I didn't come to know." I said, "Okay, we finished the hijama." The sister was saying, "How could you just let my sister go like that?" I said, "Because I can do nothing about it, and she's fine. Don't worry. Nothing has happened to her. She's going to come back to us. Something is going to come out from her. So it has taken away her consciousness. And when she comes back, she'll come back and sit back. Don't worry about it. Nothing will happen." So it takes a few minutes. They pass out. This is part of the symptom of having possession. Okay. The third symptom is having bad dreams. Lots of people complain they are having dreams of snakes, lizards, alligators, black, strange people, or people running after them and they can't run. They are at the edge and they're about to fall and they are not able to do something, and somebody's come chasing them. All this is from shaitan. That means there is a jinn who's possessed you and he's having fun with you, especially in your sleep. So when you have bad dreams, watch it. It's not a good sign. Okay? That means there is something after you. Somebody's done magic on you, or somebody has been envious of you, jealous of you. You are definitely affected. So you've got to get rid of it. Don't live with it, please. Okay? And don't take it lightly. So a lot of disturbing dreams tell us that there is something wrong and you are having possession. Okay? You're possessing something inside you. Fourth point is being alone, keeping away from the people, from the social circle, behaving strangely, not liking company, spending a long time in the bathroom. If you find anybody, any family member doing that, you should know that person is possessed. It's not normal. Don't take it as a normal thing. So one woman came to me and she said, "My son doesn't like to go out, doesn't go to friends, he's always in his room, doesn't like to socialize, visit people, visit relatives here. He's just all the time spending in his room. And then when he goes to toilet, he spends a long time in the toilet." I told her, "Fine, there's something wrong with your son. So don't take it lightly, bring your son over." So she brought the son over. And when I did, of course, his hijama, he fainted. Obviously, it was understood. I knew it. Not just he fainted, he wiggled so much and so many things happened. It was a very evil jinn. It was not a good one that I could even deal with. It was horrible. And that is what he used to do, because they isolate you. They want you for themselves. There are all kinds of jinn, like there are all kinds of people, right? There are people who are possessive, Okay, I'm very possessive, so I don't like anybody else to be friendly with Radhia because she's my friend. So if I see anybody going close to her, I'll be bad because I'll try to bring discord between you and her so that she can be all mine. There are like this jinns who are possessive. Okay, so when there are jinns possessive and they go into you, they don't want you to be anybody's. So that's why sometimes husband and wife fall apart because the jinn possesses and then he doesn't let that person be, close to his spouse or her spouse. And that's why lots of things can happen. I will tell you the reasons later because I don't think we'll have time to tell you the reason, but generally, I'll give you the reason just to be clear with you people so that you don't think I didn't tell you this was part of this, okay? So, Sheikh Abdul Aziz Al Sadan also said, Rahmullah alayh, that there are certain sicknesses which you can't get the diagnosis. Okay? Like I mentioned to you about this boy, 10-year-old boy. Went to Medcare, went to God knows which American hospital, everywhere she got him checked. Okay? Found out there was nothing wrong. He went through CT scan, he went through X-ray, everything is fine. But he's holding his stomach and crying. I'm getting cramps. But the doctors can't see the cramps. You see, it is very obvious. Okay. There are other forms of symptoms which I'm going to again tell you, which are more physical symptoms, which you can see it and get, think about it. Okay. One is headaches that move from one part to another. Watch your headache. If you think your headache was here and now it's moved here and now it's moving here, now it's moving here, this is not a normal headache. This is not a physical headache. There's somebody in your head which is moving. Okay? Get rid of it. Do a hijama on your head, get rid of it. Do your ruqya, get rid of it. It's moving inside your head. And there are certain places when I do the topic on jinn, then I'll tell you what are their favorite places to be inside a person. We are not going to do it now because we are focusing on evil eye, okay, and the symptoms that I'm mentioning to you now. Okay. Number 2 is paler or yellow face. When you see somebody looking pale without a reason, you're eating well, everything is good, you're healthy, you're active, life is good, but you look pale. You're eating nutritious diet, but you're pale. Okay, then there is something wrong. Somebody else is actually taking the nutrition. You're not getting it. That's why you're pale. Okay. Number 3 is sweating and urinating a great deal. Sometimes people think they come to me and they say they are urinating too often. One man came to me and he said he was urinating very often. I asked him, did you check your thyroid glands? Did you check your kidney? Did you check your diabetes? Everything was normal. Then I said, okay, then it's something else. Because if it's not a physical reason, then it's a spiritual reason. But eliminate the physical reasons first so that you're sure about it. Not that I'm trying to put doubts in your mind. I always tell them, bring your medical reports. Go get this checked first. When they check it and everything is clear, then I say, well, you need something else now, another treatment. So come. Either come for ruqya or come for hijab. Something you need to eliminate that as well. And then they say they are okay. So that was the reason. It was never a physical reason, right? So even somebody who sweats for no reason, all the time sweating too much, okay, that's also one of the reasons. 4th is weak appetite. Okay, everything is fine, but you just don't feel like eating. You're active, even after an exercise, after a swim, after a walk, you don't feel like eating. You just don't feel like eating. This weak appetite is also a sign. Then 5th is tingling. If you feel tingling in your hands, feet, anywhere in the body, and there is no physical reason, then something else is tingling. Okay. There is a man who comes for hijama. Poor thing. I have to hit him and do hijama for him. I have to keep saying, I'm sorry, but I have to. So, partly where I can't hit him, I tell his wife to hit him, otherwise, I hit him. If it's arm or back, I hit him. Because where he's feeling tingling, that's where it is. So, when I hit him, it moves. And then he says, my tingling is moved to this place. And I go on cupping him. Sometimes we have to really catch them inside the body. It's not easy sometimes, but tingling is not to be taken easy. Don't think it is this and it is that. Don't give reasons from yourself. Check if the tingling is not physical. If you know that it is cannot be physical, then please get it removed. This is from the possession. Then the sixth point is heat or cold in the limbs. Suddenly you feel too hot or too cold in one particular limb. Supposing somebody feels, I feel hot in my feet for no reason. Or suddenly I feel very hot in my neck. Okay. Sometimes they feel hot in the head. Sometimes they start feeling that their hands are hot. Or too cold, sweaty. This is all the sign. That's not normal. Seventh is palpitations in the heart. If your heart is good, you've got it checked. Physically, no problem with your heart, but you feel palpitation. Time to time you feel palpitation. Then it's not okay. It's not your heart. It's somebody who's interfering with your heart. You've got to remove that somebody from you. Okay? Because they take control of your limbs. They take control of you. And they drive you. And I'll finish this, then I'll tell you another thing, inshallah. Eighth point is pain in the lower back and shoulders. When you have pain, whenever people come to me and say they have back pain, I ask them top, middle, or lower. If they say lower back, then I think, oh, I have to check. If it's lower back, it's something to think about. And if it's shoulder, upper back, then it's something to think about. Because they sit on your shoulders. They really sit on your shoulders. You feel the weight. They sit on your chest. That's why you palpitate. Okay? They make you choke at times. So you feel that you can't breathe. You get up feeling sometimes from your sleep you get up and you don't know what to do. You're breathless and you don't know what's happening to you. Okay? This is not something to take it lightly. Shoulder pain, especially neck pain, please do not ignore. Do hijama, remove it, cut them off, throw them away. Don't let them live in you because they'll go on causing harm to you. The ninth point is sadness and anxiety without a reason. Some people just become sad or anxious and they don't really have a reason for it. They come to me and they say, I don't know why, I'm just anxious. Everything is good. One husband brought his wife and said, I don't know what's wrong with her. I give her everything. I look after her. I take care of her. And she said, yeah, he's a very good husband. But I don't know why I feel very anxious. I don't even want to sleep with him. I don't want to look at him. Sometimes I don't want to talk to him. This anxiety and sadness is something else. So somebody is possessing her and not letting her be good to her husband. Okay? And after hijama, she was fine, by the way. Because if you want to know what was the result, yes, she was okay. She was fine. She was very happy. Alhamdulillah. Then 10th point is sleeplessness at night. Many people complain of this problem, that they are not able to sleep well at night. Okay. If you think you really have a reason for not sleeping at night, maybe you have a foot pain or some pain, or you're really tired, or you have stress which you know of, then it's fine, understandable. But for no reason, if you're being sleepless, as they call it, in psychology, they'll say, okay, you have insomnia. And they'll give you those psychotic medicines, or they'll give you Xanax, or they'll give you sleeping pills, Valium, whatever. They will make you addict, but it will not cure your sleeplessness because it is for different reason that you're feeling sleepless. So take that into account. And the 11th point is abnormal fears of different kind. When you doubt and fear everything. You have certain abnormal fears like you fear the darkness, you fear to be alone. Sometimes you have fears of different kinds, which are abnormal fears. You don't have to be, but you are feeling afraid. That is also one of the reasons. Okay. 12th point is a lot of burping. Don't take it easy that maybe I ate this, maybe I ate cabbage, maybe I had cauliflower, broccoli, and so I'm burping. No. If you are burping abnormally all the time, there is a reason why you're burping. It's not normal. Okay? The 13th point is yawning and sighing. And we all know the hadith of Bukhari, where Rasulullah said, yawn comes from shaitan. He tries to open your mouth to go inside you. So if you yawn too much, you're possessed. Somebody is not letting you be. And when I was doing psychology in college that time, there was a chapter, yawning. And the teacher said, now in this chapter, everybody is going to yawn because it's very contagious. When one even talks about yawn, the yawn comes. True. It's like speak of the devil comes. Subhanallah, you have to train yourself not to yawn. I can give you the whole lecture on yawning and I will not yawn because I've trained myself. It took me some time, but I trained myself because we have to make sure we don't yawn. And those who yawn while praying, there is definitely effect on them. Severe effect on them. They will not be yawning otherwise. The moment they stand on salah, they start yawning. I've seen it so many times. And when they finish salah, they are okay. They can watch TV with you for 3 hours after that. They were not yawning. They were not sleepy actually. They can go for a drive with you. They can go for dinner with you. They're fine. But the moment they start praying again, they will yawn. This is also a sign. Something is wrong. Okay? Subhanallah. And sighing. And yawning like this. When you do that, shaitan laughs at you. He laughs, he enjoys it. And he says, she's opening her mouth with sign to take me in. He's so happy about it. You should never make that sign. Avoid it. 14th point is withdrawal and love of solitude. Okay, so you withdraw from the people, as I mentioned to you. You go into isolation, you don't want to socialize, you don't want to meet anybody, you don't want to speak to anybody. This love of solitude is part of that. 15th point is apathy and laziness. When you just feel lazy about doing anything. He's not letting you do anything. He wants you to be lazy. That's why Rasulullah taught us the dua, say Audu, Allahumma inni Audu bika min al-kasli. Min al-kasli. Why? That you ask Allah to seeking refuge from laziness. Because it's come from shaitan, from possession. Okay? Then the 16th point is a tendency to sleep. Wherever you're sitting, you're falling asleep. Sitting in the car, you're falling asleep. Talking to somebody, you're falling asleep. Listening to a lecture, you're falling asleep. This is another reason. Your alertness is gone. Wrong time sleepiness comes to you. 17th is health problems with no known medical cause, which I just mentioned to you. That if you have medical problems, but actually no cause or diagnosis is found, then it is from the spiritual attack. It's a spiritual sickness, not really a physical sickness. So you have to be clear about these things. And which I said I will tell you later, that was about the salah, that in salah, if you yawn too much, it is because of the effect of jinn or shaitan, effect of ayn, sihr, jealousy, anything, it could be anyone. So inshallah, if whenever we meet next, inshallah, I can tell you, I will give you the topic of evil eye and envy and the difference between the two, so that you understand what is the difference between hasad and ayn. It's not the same. So inshallah, we will talk about that next time. So I conclude here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the evil eye, because we spoke about it, so we must ask for protection. So Allah Ta'ala protect protect us from the evil eye, from shaitan, from shar of every kind of dunya and akhirah. And may Allah give us all the khair of dunya and akhirah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this gathering and Radia's opening her home and her heart for all of us. And may Allah accept it and accept everybody's coming here, my speaking, your listening. May Allah bring khair from this, in this home, and all those who live in this home, all those who come and go, all the people around us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring khair for them, for dunya and akhirah, and protect us from the shar of dunya and akhirah. If there was anything wrong or mistake, it is my weakness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me better ability to do this job. And if it is from shaitan, may Allah protect us from the evil of shaitan. And whatever was good and beneficial is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are grateful to Him that He gathered us for His dhikr. May Allah cover this gathering with angels, and may their du'as be accepted for each one of us here, inshallah. For those who couldn't come, for those who came, those who were here, those who are attending, everybody. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cover with His mercy, inshallah. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبارك وسلم. Jazakumullah khair. Inshallah, this